Hey YouTube, how you doing? Thanks again for joining in. I appreciate it. It's your boy Andrew, and we're gonna get into our next episode. I've got 8 points today that I'm going to tell you on just how to have a brighter and more enlightened day. Just 8 tips to enlighten your day, and a reason why you should start your YouTube channel. Yeah, we're going on with this. I'm on day number. Oh, I don't even know. I think I'm like a month and a half into it now. So, yeah, I think I'm about like 7,000 views up since I started this campaign. I've got like 88, 89 subscribers now. So, the pace is picking up. When I have 100 subscribers, I'm going to have like a nice big celebration of it. But for now, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for the love and support. So let's talk about 8 things on a positive note, just to like brighten up your day. Okay. So get outside more often. There's so many things going on. There's so many activities, and you don't necessarily have to go outside and spend money, but just go outside, call up a friend, go for a walk, go for a hike, walk a friend's dog, go out. If you can, try and give 2 compliments to people. Giving compliments to people is a great way of just feeling better yourself, because sometimes those people might have a compliment to give you that you might not have noticed, and that could just reflect and get that energy good, right? So, yeah, take a moment, try to get out more often and just see more people. You don't have to necessarily wake up. All these gurus and coaches and all these life people would say this and that, but you know what? Each day, it's everyone's perspective. 6 a.m. is the start of somebody's morning, but 6 a.m. is the end of somebody's day, or is the middle of another person's day, or is like the sleep cycle of another person's day. So you can't follow what everybody says how you have to conquer or crush the world. That's one thing I always found confusing. So yeah, go out there and follow your path and give out a couple good compliments. Okay, that's my first note. Second is trust your gut feeling. Always trust your gut feeling. Anytime you're making like important life decisions, and you just know that people are sort of trying to sway you in certain directions and trying to just convince you to do something that deep down inside. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this. Trust that. I'm not really feeling it. There's never been a doubt in my life where deep down inside I was like, this is crazy. There has been times where I've like silenced that deep down voice and or that gut feeling, and I've kind of regretted it. So always trust your gut feeling. It's another sense that we use. They say that we have 5 senses, but we have so many more other senses. Like if you read a lot of books on philosophy and culture and everything before the age of technology, people were interacting in a totally different level of communication. And now, as we know, frequencies and vibrations, meditations, and all sorts of auras and orchestrated ways of spirituality that we have. Okay, so trust your gut feeling. It'll always tell you the right thing, and then you, with your mind and your heart, you could figure out what direction you want to take from that. Make a new friend. Uh, as you go outside and you trust your gut feeling, you know that you're going to run into comfortable environments. You could always make a new friend, and making a new friend is something that is really enlightening and uplifting, and also very influential in a positive or negative way. So if you're in a positive environment with really good people, good wholesome people, you're going to make a friend in your life, and they're going to come in and they're going to actually have like a good purpose and a good value to you. You're not going to be just like somebody hanging out by themselves all the time, being in a funk and just thinking about all that sad stuff that you're thinking about. We want to get all that stuff out of our way, and we want to start focusing on ourselves now. It's a whole new year, it's a whole new us, it's a whole new brand, a whole new person that we want to be, right? So I know that personally, I would love it if each and every one of you decide to join me on this YouTube journey to pursue and chase the stream. So make a new friend, become my new friend. I'd like you to be my new friend and join this YouTube journey, and let's try and make 10,000 subscribers and have 100,000 watch hours so we get paid through the ads. And that's just from our casual channel. Okay. We get involved a lot with our friends, and they are usually involved in other things, larger things. So the next note I'm going to mention is get involved in the community. So as you go out and you build your trust and get your gut feeling, you start making a friend, then you get to go out and you start making like connections and communities. So you don't necessarily have to feel like you're trapped and paralyzed inside of your bed or your home, but there's so many facilities and so many places out there that you could go to where you don't have to necessarily just rely on drinking or rely on smoking or rely on doing whatever you have to. That's not really the best influence, right? So you could go out, you could go swimming. Swimming is like 2 hours. Go out swimming, have a casual time, jump in the pool, swim around, go back and forth. Yeah, if you don't like the cold water, I usually just chill out in the sauna or the hot tub. That's usually my best bet. The steam room is my favorite area, but the hot tub's usually my favorite thing. I really like that. Get involved in your community. Usually I go to the community center. I connect with a lot of people out there. Basketball. I play a lot of basketball. I love basketball. Badminton. There's a lot of like adult activities out there. So like for $50, you could really get to know the people in your community, and you can connect with a lot of like athletes and individuals that have the same passion and drive that you have in your life, and find a purpose and a place to be and find a way to belong. I know when I was in my younger days, when I was dealing with recovering from so much like the orphanage and then being adopted, and there wasn't really anybody to talk to about any of that stuff, I escaped away to the community centers, and it was the individuals at the community centers that I found that were fellow orphans and fellow neglectees and fellow adoptees and fellow individuals that were just unloved and unappreciated, but they went to the community center because that's where it was a sense of love and appreciation and happiness and acceptance, right? So, yeah, a community center pass is like dirt cheap. You don't have to go to these big gyms. Beautiful thing about community centers, they have so many different varieties and different ways of accessing resource and information. So, trust your community center and trust your fellow people, and know that it's a good place and it's safe. That's really important, and it'll send you in the right direction. When I was an athlete in my younger days and I was running into trouble, it was the community center people that vouched for me, that knew I wasn't in that trouble. They just realized I was with the wrong influence. So the community is always going to be there for you to vouch for you in the event like something really bad happens too. So yeah, go out and expand your community. Okay. Slow down in life. Point number 5, you gotta slow down in life. There's a lot of things going on right now. Life is moving at a fast pace. AI is pumping so quickly. Politicians are talking craziness, and the economy's going up, going down, down again, down even more, down so much. We gotta slow down the pace. We gotta take a deep breath and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Yeah. When you are at a very calm, controlled pace, you could control a room. You could romance a person. You could seduce a crowd. And if you're sure and confident on what you're saying and you really believe in your delivery, slowing down is a great way to express your thoughts. You could collect your ideas. You could formulate your words, articulate your expressions, and quickly possibly think of recovery answers if any possible questions may stir up while you're in the middle of your speech. So slow down. Slow down the anxiety. Slow down the breathing. Slow down the craziness. Just take a breath and breathe. We can do this together. Okay? So, now that we've slowed it down, let's appreciate what we have. That's step number 6. There's everything around us in this world that we take for granted. There's a lot of things we take for granted. So just as you slow down, you take that deep breath and you look around, just appreciate everything. Everything for what it is and for what it has to be and for what it is now. You know, I'm in not a dire situation right now. I'm kind of like, my back's kind of against the ropes at a lot of things. But I'm just so happy and fortunate that I've come so far in this industry and I've come so far in this life. And I really don't have any regrets. If anything were to happen, I know that I'm really happy and truthful that everything just worked out well. And, it worked out the way I wanted it to. And it worked out the way that I tried my best to help the community out with too. Sorry, it's tough to think of how to articulate that, to be honest. But I know that I'm really happy on how I helped everyone out. I did the best I could to help people. And that's what was really important to me. And if that could be something that is important to you, that would be an incredible trait for your personality. And people would think you're a very endearing person for that. And make sure that's a very honest thing. Don't just like try to want to help the people because it's something for the camera or for show. I do a lot of volunteering and I do a lot of like giving back, but I don't record it on this phone. I just literally just write it down in my notes, and then I just try to like give you back what it is. And who knows, maybe if this YouTube app things go off, or if YouTube, the small creators program, really pushes Yeah, I might take a lot of those funds, and I'd love to make videos to give back to the people, you know. So with that said, appreciate what you have, appreciate the room you have, appreciate the little bit of food you have, appreciate whatever job you have going on now, appreciate the fact that you got whatever family members or people that love and care about you around that are there to love and care about you. Appreciate all of that. You don't understand how people take that for granted, right? Like, somebody that truly loves and cares about you and wants to be there for you and wants the best for you, and they show it and they constantly show up and they validate it by their consistency and their their honesty towards it. You know, that's something to really appreciate. Number 7, we're going to try a new activity. Try a new activity. The world's full of a billion types of different activities. Now things are being combined, things are being switched around, things are being put together, mashed together, hybrids of this. So don't be shy. Out there is crazy, you know. Like, I'm a terrible swimmer, but I like to go out to the ocean. I like to go out to the pool, and I like to jump off the diving board, and I like to go swimming in the freezing cold water. But it's not that I like to do the activity of jumping in the freezing cold water. It's just I've now fallen in love with the habit of that movement. I love movement, and I love just yeah, just knowing that, you know, I can learn a new ability and a new talent and a new skill with every single thing that I do, right? So try a new activity. If you see like an ad for archery, go and try it out. If you see like there's stuff going on for horseback riding, try it out. If you see there's like, oh, fruit and vegetable picking, I don't know, try it out. Like, you know, there's so many things you could do. It's now winter now, so hop on a mountain, try out skiing and snowboarding. You don't necessarily have to go down the Black Diamond part, but you can go on the Bunny Hill. You could just do like the baby stuff. So what if there's a bunch of kids around you? Like, Flash is trash without good basics. Flash is trash without good basics. So make sure your basics are incredible, right? So go and enjoy your life. Go and enjoy every moment. Like, when you sit at home and you fester with all these things, you just end up in a very bad funk. And we want to really try and push positivity and happiness and just like a more positive look on life, right? But we still want to be very mentally aware and emotionally secure of what's going on right now, right? So try a new activity. Don't be shy. And as you look and scroll through social media and you doom scroll and, you know, you look at YouTube and all that, just you'll see other people doing activities like, and if it inspires you, then don't be shy. Look right away. Just go on Google and look up the first thing that in your neighborhood that is relative to what you just saw in your YouTube video. Then after that, you're gold. After that, you're gravy. You know, like, if you need a little bit of fun, save up for it. If there's ways you could find to do it for free, find it. Like, I knew when I was starting out in stunts. Well, it wasn't really stunts. It was more like I wanted to learn how to do flips, right? I wanted to be that cool guy doing flips. So when I started out, like, I couldn't afford $500 a month for gymnastics lessons. That's crazy. I'm not a competitive athlete. I just want to learn one flip. Okay, so I had to go out and do whatever I could, and then I tried learning it on the grass, and that I nearly killed myself 1,000 times. So I was like, yo, I got to do this smartly. So that's when I waited until I was a little bit more physically and emotionally and mentally mature, and then that's when I like found a facility where, you know, I was able to learn that movement through a sun gym in Toronto, right? So thank you for that, Steel West. Thank you for that madness. Thank you for that, Alan Kang. Okay, so try that new activity. If you don't try that new activity, you wouldn't know who you are. You wouldn't know your journey. You wouldn't be able to build a journey. And also, guess what? While you try that new activity, document it on YouTube. Put it on a YouTube video like this. People are gonna love it. People are gonna appreciate it. People are gonna enjoy the journey of that joyful experience of you learning how to do this movement, right? That's what we're here for. We're all learning. We're all mastering. We're all evolving into the masters we are. Okay. So, and now the last note I want to write is write your story. Okay. So after you've gone through all these steps, you're gonna have to like finally really take a step back and just kind of like realize, oh, I gotta start writing my story. But throughout this time, like, at that point you could do like a written story. But if you had started the YouTube channel from step 1, get outside more often, the story's already been documented in a visual way. So if you wanted to go more in depth with your story and you wanted to really say it from a personal, like real personal heart point of view, you could write that story and then you could let it out to the world. And, you know, as long as you have that video like history, then people could see the validity of that, know who you are as a person, and trust who you are, because they'll see the honesty of that. You want to build the trust and the honesty. That's why we're here on YouTube. That's why I'm creating these videos. Okay, so write your history, write your story, write who you are. I know a lot of the videos are going to say, hey, it doesn't, people don't really care who you are, or this and that, and that's when you vlog. Don't just vlog. Like, write your story, but have a purpose for it. Like, for me, when I'm telling you guys about my adoption and going through this film struggle, it's not because I care about you caring about me caring about that. No, I say that because I know you're going through a certain struggle. So say, for instance, like, you're going through a separation right now, or like your spouse just left you and you feel so abandoned and alone. Who else would know anything about being abandoned and alone other than an orphan? Right? Come on now. So write your story. I know I could write my story because there's a lot of points in the story that like other people could resonate with and really reciprocate with, just from the keynotes of abandonment, neglect, mistreatment, dysfunction, bullying, things like that, right? So when you write your story, you connect with the public, and when you connect with the public, you become a people person. When you become a people person, then you've grown from the community that you came from after meeting that friend, right? You see how this all like plays out, how that whole system grows and builds? And just think, as we do this in this community, as we do this together, it's like we've built it. I've documented everything since like, I think the last week of December. I've been coming out with daily videos. So the last week of December, we're almost halfway through January. So I'm going through this YouTube journey, and I'm looking at the statistics and the numbers, and I'm really trusting and relying on it, because I'm huge on math, and math always, usually 99.9999999, math usually wins, right? Like, the whole world, the whole universe, everything, physics is built off finite and infinite scales of mathematical equations, right? So with that said, this is what I want you to think about in your YouTube journey. I want you, every time that you come out with these videos, so let's say, for instance, you go through all through 8 of those steps, document all through 8 of those steps, and then do it 100 times, okay? And then make each video 10 minutes long, 10 to 20 minutes long. And the thing is, this isn't about like, when it comes to the numbers game, it's about 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers if you're going to get monetized. If you're really trying to take YouTube to the next level and you're starting this YouTube platform to really take it to what it is, this is another statistics I want you to think about. If you have a minimum of 100 videos that are 20 minutes long, and people only have a watch time of 5 to 6 minutes per video, one person looking through all 100 of your videos gets enough information they needs, and you'll get enough views you need. Now, the thing is, there's enough people in this world for you to hit all 100 videos 1,000 times with 5 minutes of viewership on each one. So let's do a little bit of math, okay? Let's do a little bit of math, okay? So I'm going to bust out the calculator, okay? So calculator right here, okay? So calculator's loading. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're just gonna go through the math. So we're gonna go 5 minutes times so that's 5 minutes times 100 videos. That's 500 minutes already, okay, of watch time. So each video is 20 minutes long, okay? So let's say 1,000 people saw that times times 1,000. Dude, that's 500,000 views. Okay, so that's 500,000 views, and that's 500,000 minutes watched of viewership time, right? So let's go back into that math again. So 5 minutes on 100 videos for 1,000 people viewing that, that's 500,000 minutes being viewed, right? So the numbers don't lie. It's just really coming out with good content, coming out with value. I would say focus on 3 things. Focus on the headline, focus on the thumbnail, and focus on like the quality of information you're delivering in the video, and it'll reflect in your description, okay? So just take all that into mind, right? I showed you with the numbers. I'll show you even again. Look, 5. You have 1 minute. That's 1 20-minute video, okay? 1 20-minute video, somebody only watches it for 5 minutes. You have 100 of those videos, okay? Not that same one person, but you come out with 100 videos and 100 different people view those 100 videos each individually. That's 500 watch minutes. We're looking for 4,000 watch hours, okay? Times 1,000 people. Times 1,000 people, because around the world, 1,000 people, there's gonna be 1,000 people that view those 100 videos for 5 minutes at least. That's 5,000 minutes. 5,000 minutes divided by 60 minutes in an hour. Oh, that's 8,333. Look at that. That's 8,33333.333. In 100 videos that are 10 to 20 minutes long, with viewers randomly around the world looking at it for at least 5 minutes each, you'll have 8,333 watch hours. So that's why it's valuable to come out with these videos, come out with these points. Start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel and expect that only 100 people are going to watch it. Watch one video. And expect maybe they'll watch it for 2 to 8 minutes, even though the video is 10 to 20. Okay, you can't guarantee with the information age that we have now and with the short-term like sense of focus and the short-term like click that we got going on, like you can't rely on people looking at the video all the way through unless you give them golden nuggets throughout the whole video, right? So there's a little bit of math right there, right? And then not only that, if you're trying to build subscribers, okay, so this is watch hours, right? This is why I'm doing the long-term form of it. If you're trying to build subscribers, do a short-term form of it too. So turn your videos into short-term videos and pump them out in your short-term reel. And then that way you pump out subscribers. You pump them up. I've gotten 8 subscribers in 1 week just from my short-term reels, and they're just sayings. They have absolutely everything to do with these videos that I'm coming out with: motivation, inspiration, self-health, mental awareness, and all that. But like, it's relative, and I'm getting subscribers from the shorts, and then I'm getting my viewership from the longs. So the goal for me for the next 2.5 months is to make sure that I hit that 100 video platform, with each video being 10 to 20 minutes long. Okay, some videos I had have been in like 11, some have been in like 35, but at the end of the day, I've tried to always give a positive and solid message. And I wanted to save that numbers math information at the very end, because normally I give like, okay, we're going to review all the notes, but you know, I just want you to be aware of those numbers, right? YouTube is a billion viewership platform. There are billions of viewers, right? So coming out with 100 videos for 10 to 20 minutes and expecting one viewer to look at it for 5 minutes will get you your watch hours. You just need 1,000 of those viewers each to look at each video. But that'll take time. But if you're consistent, they'll build in the algorithm and you'll grow. And trust me, like, be consistent, okay? I'm noticing from consistency, this is how it's working out. And I'm just going to keep going. You know, people are telling me, oh no, you can't make money from YouTube. That I've already made my career from YouTube. I'm in the film industry as a stunt performer. I don't work all the time. I'm struggling with certain gigs because the industry's slow right now. But you know what? I built my career on YouTube. So now I'm going to build my business, my brand. I'm going to build self-awareness. I'm going to give back to the community on YouTube. Okay. So don't let people discourage you. They're going to say a bunch of stuff. That's fine. Anyway, let's go over the 8 notes real quick. Get outside more often. You get outside more often, you get to meet more people. Trust in your gut. Your gut will always tell you what to do. My gut told me, hey man, start building this YouTube, giving back to the community. You'll be surprised with all the people that love you and all the people that reach out and say, thank you for getting me started on my YouTube. I make a new friend. I make a new friend almost every day now. There's people on YouTube that hit me up. There's people on social media that link me from my YouTube videos. I'm running into people in real life that inspire me with stories and concepts to come out with videos, because coming out with videos is very difficult, but you need inspiration, right? Get involved in your community. There are communities of everything. I'm part of the stunt community now, the film community now. It took me so long to get into it, but now I know I've got the trust and love of these people. Now I'm part of the inspirational and motivational community, and I just love being a part of it. I think each and every one of you and all the coaches out here are doing a great job. We need more people motivated and more in a positive mind state. We're having too many people suffering, and That's just not an acceptable way to be accepting progression in our society. We need to be making sure that everybody is in supreme mind state. Okay, slow down. Life could get very hectic at times when the anxiety rushes into your soul, when the stress hits you, when the doubt hits you, when you wake up and you can't get out of bed and it's riddling, it's crippling, right? Slow it down, pace it, try and get out 1 foot at a time, stand up very slowly and small steps, and before you know it, you make it to the bathroom and you make it to the changing room, and before you know it, you'll make it out the house, and before you know it, you're downtown having a good old time, sipping martinis with a bunch of friends. Okay, so slow it down, slow the pace down, breathe, and you know what? If something's out of your control, just what could you do? It's out of your control. Just let it fly. Okay, let it roll. Trust God that everything would just work it out, right? Like, do your due diligence to do the best you could, but just trust God that everything will work out, right? Appreciate what you have, right? Appreciate everything you have in this world. Appreciate every little thing. I appreciate everything I have right now because I know I could lose any single thing at any moment. Knock on wood on that. But seriously, I mean, I just love everything I have right now, and I know I'm in a situation like a lot of film people are losing their houses, a lot of film people are losing their marriages or losing their mortgages or losing everything. And I'm I feel like I'm going to be falling in that category soon. So I know that if I just slow it down and I just pace myself and trust the process, put my faith in who I need to put my faith in, and just give back to the people, that things will happen, things will work out, right? Try out a new activity. Always think about the freshness in life, the newness, the great new experience. Remember the first time that you learned how to properly ride a bicycle. Remember the first time you learned how to properly run that trail, or you properly learned how to swing on the bar, or properly do a chin up, or properly write that essay. It was so perfect, people loved it. You know what I mean? Like, try out that new activity. You gotta experiment in life, and I don't mean that in a vile, cruel way. I mean that in the most positive way possible, right? There's so many fun things to do in this world. Go and challenge a couple kids in the local community center to a basketball game. Go face chess with some of the elderly at the old folks home. Go try and pet as many dogs as you could at the local shelter. Things like that. And write your story. At the end of the day, document it on YouTube. I'm telling you, document all eight of these chapters on YouTube, and that's the first 10 minutes. 10-minute videos each slots of your YouTube channel. And then you just go out and you create other slots and do other things. The more activities you do, the more things you could create, the more interest you'll build for people to come towards you. Okay, so that's just my notes for today. That's really what I wanted to talk about. And I really wanted to stress the importance of those numbers that I was talking about in the middle of the video. So I'm not going to say it at the end of the video because you probably skipped over to the end of the video to hear me say all the notes, but you probably didn't hear all the important stuff that I was talking about, the numbers and the information. So trust the numbers that I had mentioned in the middle of the video. It's direly important every single day. Just keep on pumping out a video if you can. If you can't, pump it out every other day. If you can't, once a week. If you can't, just try and pump out a video. It's really important to stay consistent, stay on top of the algorithm. The algorithm's always going to get to you, okay? That's really important. And just to close it out, I'll even show you that, just recently I had to screenshot this because I was really excited about it, right? So, yeah, so check this out. I got eight new subscribers, right? 7,000 views, right? In 3 weeks from what is it, December 30th to January 5th, right? So, I'm telling you, people are going to say, the new YouTube stuff isn't happening. It's happening for the small creators. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any ideas or concepts you want to talk about, if you want to keep the positive light going, that's great. I'm always going to be talking about the mental health and awareness of things. And leave in your comments your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, whatever you're going through, your struggles. Maybe even some pointers that you may have that are some cool notes that could help encourage you, or even if you have a YouTube channel that you started, make sure to put it in the bottom, and I'll follow, and I'll be sure to like and subscribe to it, and just share the love. This is a year for love, and we got to bring it back. And no weird ditty stuff. We don't want that. No. But sharing the love and spreading the joy, and just embracing human life now, appreciating it. I'm tired of seeing people take it for granted. Okay. So, I love you. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, be good. Pwah! Bye, YouTube.